Yeah, race number 4. This is a maiden plate for fillies and mares over 1,600 meters. It will start off the pick 6, and we'll try and give you a guide with regards to numbers, etc. But the bet that we're concentrating on is the place accumulator, and it will come up in our short list segment. But this is the race that will start off the pick 6, Rael. It is over 1,600 meters. I mentioned that the Hollywoodbets syndicate could be to the fore at the very top of our preview show, and I think this is going to be the horse that could land a big treble for them on the day. Make it snappy. It's the Crawford and Courtois combination that are just dominating wherever they find themselves down in Cape Town. And I'm just having a look at this horse's debut run. Firstly, you know, to debut a horse over 1,400 meters anywhere in the country tells you something. And although the horse was quite defensive, it actually drifted out come race time. The starting price was 11-2, and it was a good run. It was a very good run. The form line doesn't inspire much confidence. I looked it up, and there's 6 runners in total. The best to come out of there was Tuscany running second to turn the page. So it's not the strongest form line in the world, but there weren't many runners that have come out from that form line. So I'll say the jury's still out. A draw swing around 6 out of 10 at Kenilworth. Now what's it? 6 out of a big field of 15 runners. I think that's a massive help. I like the horse a lot. I'm going to suggest that we banker this in the place accumulator. You may have other ideas, but more importantly, just some numbers for the pick 6 as well.
Tricky race, I thought, to kick off the pick 6Ds. Make it snappy. Yeah, I'm happy to bank this horse in the place accumulator. I think that with natural improvement, this horse should go very, very close, especially over the 1,600 meter trip. And Brett Crawford, Louis Courtois, that partnership is in some fine form at the moment. So Make It Snappy is certainly in your camp in terms of the PA. I thought a horse like Medler's Tart. Now, last time out she was drawn in gate number 14 or 14 over 1,600. And she never got into the race, but she did improve lengthwise in the finish. Was beaten, we'll call it under 8 lengths in 10th position. She now cracked a good draw, and I think if she just improves, she's a horse that could get into the mix. If we have a look at her 2 runs to before the last start, she took on winners when she was beaten behind Pacific Green, and then that penultimate start beaten behind Gold Poker Game. There has been winners from that form line. So I think Medler's Tart is one to keep an eye on at around 25-1 in the market. I think she's worth an inclusion in those pick 6s. Mystic Cliffs, she's drawn in gate number 1. Has to be a positive. And Shane Humby is the trainer here. She has a 2nd run in the Cape, and I think she's another horse that you have to include into the mix. Silver Links, what do you make of this runner? She improved lengthwise in her first 2 starts. Expect natural improvement now, stepping up in trip to 1,600 ground for Nika Kabod.
Yeah, you know, as I'm trying to go through the field while you've been chatting about Medler's Start, you know, if you're going to try and beat this horse, Make It Snappy, then I think you're going to have to play it very, very wide, Rael. I'm even looking at horses that come from the same form line as Happy Choice. You know, there wasn't much that separated numbers 11 and 13. Then a horse like Teardrop, Glenn Cotson's runner, although drawn 15 out of 15, the form is clear to see that she can win this. So it looks like a very difficult race to try and narrow down your selections. You actually got a blindfold on, Rael, and you're in the dark and you're trying to hit the bullseye here with number 2. That's what you're trying to do. Now, you're telling me something that if you tip in a 25-1 shot, what you think of this first leg of the pick 6? Because
I think it's tricky.
Yeah, you know, if you're going to suggest that a 25-1 shot can win it, and I'm saying that this favorite looks good at 17-10 for the PA, you agree. For the pick 6, can we narrow it down? I mean, I know my filly, I'm just going to give the guys a bit more confidence. The 1,600 meter trip, she's actually related to Nippy Sweetie, who won over 1,400. 1,600 and 1,900 meters. She's a half sister to that filly. So the further the better. So you're suggesting that maybe 1 perm the guys could possibly bank it?
Yes,
1 perm?
In one,
okay, give me your numbers for the 2nd perm, just as a guide for the guys.
Well, I'd go 1, 2. I'll include the 4, Ella's Delight. I think she's running well. Number 6, Make It Snappy. The 7, Silver Links. And then I'll include the 15, Teardrop with Calvin Abeba board.
So that's 6 runners. That's the rule. If it was 8 or more, then it was out. So you've got Rael's numbers, but we both agree that the horse to beat is number 6, Make It Snappy, a place accumulator banker.